Okay, yeah, this is Phil, and it's been a pretty traumatic few days here, but thank you all for praying. My objective really was just simply to get up there and try and understand if there's any way that we could really constructively help. I mean, it's pretty surprising. The news, of course, is all on the coastline, but there's been a lot of damage, and the roads are all cracked and broken up, and a lot of the bridges were cracked and broken so that we had to go around them, and it took 13, 14 hours to get up there. The only people you saw were in lines. They were either in lines for gasoline or in their cars, or standing in lines for food, water, or kerosene. And because there's no electricity, no running water, no gas. Going through Takajo, it was like a war zone. I mean, cars piled on top of cars. The restaurants we go to, some of our favorite stores, Hardoff, cars right through the front of the thing, and tank truck, on top of them. And that was really overwhelming because I was kind of preparing myself for getting to the coast, but we were nowhere near the coast. I mean, if you can imagine sitting in a restaurant, in a neighborhood miles from the coast, and a big earthquake came, you would never imagine that you had to run from a tsunami. I headed back to the coastline, and I saw two people in the distance, and I got a little closer to them. I realized it was the daughter and her husband of my very good friends. I mean, these are like family, and so I ran and gave them a hug, and that was kind of an overwhelming time. And I asked them about their parents, and they said, oh, they're alive, and they're trying to set up a campsite in a parking lot, a little further up the hill. So, I mean, that was, I have to say, one of the best moments of my life. It really was. And, I went from there, and it was just remarkable. In a rather short couple of days, I found, 24 of our closest friends that I've known, some of them since I was, a baby, some of these older people. Japan doesn't have a whole lot of biblical references of any kind. But this says, Shu wa waga, the Lord is mine, and this is probably Michi. So the Lord is my way. And I don't know even how this caught my eye. I just pulled it out, and there it is. The Lord is my way. And that was no coincidence, because of course that's the theme of our lives. The overwhelming feeling was I had hope. It was such a devastating thing, assuming most of our friends were, very dead and gone, and that was breaking our hearts, and that's why I had to get in the old truck and get up there. And to get up there and then be reminded that the Lord is our way, it's kind of an amazing thing.